This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Soldier Field. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Raiders as they get set on 1st and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On play action, now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. Throwing is Rodgers. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tevin Coleman, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Looking to throw. Moon. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
On the give, running right is Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Back to throw. Moon. And the Raiders have got him. Joey Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
Sure consistent. The numbers the last couple of years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons. Now Rodgers on the bootleg.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. To throw is Rodgers. Catch here, left side, Thomas. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Odell Beckham, 65 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the scores. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go ahead.
On first down, Moon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Let's run.
To throw on second down. Moon. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Throwing on third and long. Moon trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the run.
Filled the gap nicely, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Now Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Myles Garrett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Coleman now. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
26.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. They'll get 23 yards there. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. He's got daylight past the 20.